Hey, everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a fan-fucking-tastic day. What day is it? It's kind of getting hard to keep track of what day it is with everything that's going on out there in the world amidst this COVID 19 mess. Hopefully, you and your loved ones are staying safe. That's the most important thing. But when you're sitting there on your Saturday with not a whole lot to do right now, you can find out who the winners are of our Sweet 16 Star Wars March Madness round. We started with 64 characters. We got down to 16, and now we're going to find out who the final eight are going to be and who they're going up against. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right to this. The first matchup is Ahsoka versus Ezra. I thought this would be a close matchup. You got fans who love Star Wars Rebels. You got fans who love Star Wars The Clone Wars. And, well, I was wrong. This was not a close matchup because Ahsoka takes it at 88.8% to 11.2%, which is a crazy amount of difference. And I know you might be sitting there thinking, well, how many people are actually voting on this? I can tell you that anywhere from 1,500 to 4,000 people voted on each one of these polls across 6 different pages and 7 different groups. So, I mean, it ranges for each one. Obviously, some got more activity than others. But there you have it. Ahsoka cleaning the clock with Ezra at 88.8% to 11.2. Next up was Darth Maul versus Kylo Ren. Again, I thought this would be a close one. It's definitely closer than the last one, but at the end of the day, Darth Maul, that's right, Darth Maul takes out Kylo Ren. 66.5% of you voted for Darth Maul. Kylo Ren, a.k.a. Ben Solo, down at 33.5. I thought it'd be a nail biter, and it wasn't, so I was wrong there. This next one, 2 fan favorites. You have Leia Organa, or if you're, Leia Organa solo works too, against our little green buddy, or as Sidious once said, my little green friend, Yoda. And Yoda takes this. 70.8% of you voted for Yoda, compared to 29.2% of you. Which I found to be rather interesting. I thought this would be another close one. I thought most of these matchups in the Sweet 16 round were going to be close, but at the end of the day, there was really only one close one, and we'll get to that one in a bit. It ended up being our closest matchup yet. It's about as close as you can get. Next up, we have Luke Skywalker going up against Darth Sidious, or maybe you know him as Palpatine, or Sheev, or just the Emperor. And I thought Luke would win this one, which he did, but I didn't think it'd be this much of a landslide. 3/4 of you, 75.4% of you, voted for Luke Skywalker over Darth Sidious, which is a higher number than what I thought Luke would have got. I was thinking more of a 55-45 deal, and apparently people love their good guys. Or do they? Because the next matchup, Darth Vader versus Han Solo. This is a main event in the Sweet 16 practically. And you have Darth Vader. 66.4% of you voted for Darth Vader over Han Solo. 33.6% for the smuggler. Not enough to take out Darth Vader in the Sweet 16. This next matchup features Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Rey Palpatine, Skywalker, whatever you want to call her. We'll just call her Rey. And Rey edged out Mara Jade last round, 51% to 49%. Not so friendly for Rey this time, as 89.6% of you guys voted for Obi-Wan Kenobi over Rey. Not really surprised. I don't know if a lot of people... I know there's some Star Wars fans that are a little ignorant to just how popular Obi-Wan Kenobi is. He's really fucking popular. And we have our next matchup, which is Thrawn versus Starkiller, a.k.a. Galen Marek. You got one guy who's known from the Legends material and now the Star Wars Rebels stuff and the new Timothy Zahn novels, compared to the guy known from a couple of Star Wars games that are beloved. 69.2% of you voted Thrawn, over 30.8% of you voting Starkiller. And our final matchup of round 1 is Chewbacca versus Revan. And boy, was this something tallying this up. And at the end of the day, it's our closest match yet. It's about as close as it possibly could be, because we have Revan taking out Chewbacca. 49.9% for Chewbacca, getting edged out by Revan's 50.1%. So there you have it. You have Ahsoka, Darth Maul, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Thrawn, and Revan all advancing to the Elite Eight of this tournament. Now it's time to find out who each of them play in the Elite Eight. You guys will have a few days to vote on all this. In order to vote, you want to go to our Facebook page, Fandom Empire. We'll be putting the voting out on other pages, but the primary page is Fandom Empire. If you haven't had a chance to like that, go check us out. Don't forget to mash that subscribe button on YouTube either, guys. Lots of content coming if you're a Star Wars, Halloween, or Supernatural fan. But enough of that shit. Let's move on to our Elite Eight matchups. And as you know, we said at the beginning of this shindig that we would be re-ranking everybody once we got to the Elite Eight. 5 or 6 of our staff members pitched in, and this is the way that it came out. So the first matchup, you have Thrawn versus Ahsoka, a couple of Star Wars Rebel alumni. We'll see who wins that one. I think Ahsoka has a lot of love. Obviously, she's been in the news a lot lately. Thrawn, however, personal favorite of mine. I'm pulling for him, but he's in tough in this one. Our second matchup, 2 fan favorites. You have Obi-Wan Kenobi going up against Yoda in the Elite Eight. This is another, in my opinion, final round matchup that we're getting in the Elite Eight. And the next matchup is a battle of, I guess you could say, 2 former Sith. And that is, we have Darth Revan taking on Darth Maul. Now, I know for a fact there's some people that roll their eyes at the idea of Darth Revan being a popular character in Star Wars. People do it over Thrawn as well. Yet both of these characters have made it into our Elite Eight. This isn't like a small number. I mean, the overall grand scheme of things, it's a fairly small number. But it's not like there's 10 of us voting on these things. 75,000 plus votes have come in through all the rounds we've done so far. And both Thrawn and Revan made it in. However, Darth Maul's popular. Revan's in tough here. So you got Maul versus Revan in the Elite Eight. And our final matchup, a father versus son rematch. We've seen this one a couple of times. You have Darth Vader, Team Sith, Luke Skywalker, Team Jedi. Who takes this one home? I don't know, guys. I really don't. Luke is beloved. But at the end of the day, it might end up being a victory for Darth Vader. That's going to do it for us here. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, click the subscribe button. Stay up to date on all of our content. Keep your family safe during a really tough time right now. And the voting will begin later today on our Elite Eight round. Hope you guys participate. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.